now we're going to move on to industry leadership public. So, in general, one of the most important, if not the most important remedy to the climate crisis we are in is education and awareness of the facts and how we contribute and can be part of the solution. So the Industry Leadership Public Award centers around public, primarily academic institutions that provided an outsized contribution to the environment, society, and to the community and students that they serve. Now on to the finalists. All right, so first up we have Cal State Northridge. So they experienced portfolio-wide energy and water reduction since ownership of 19% and 18% respectively. And in 2020, they completed a extensive LED lighting retrofit in a matter of 10 months, which is kind of insane in and of itself. So the project will result in a targeted annual energy savings of 8 million kilowatt hours, equivalent to $1.5 million in annual savings, which they plan to then reinvest to accomplish even larger, more complex projects in an effort to reduce their energy use. They have also set ambitious long-term goals to reduce their scopes 1, 2, and 3 greenhouse gas emissions, so 50% by 2035, 100% by 100% by 2050 as part of their climate action plan. That said, Cassie, what did you take away from this one?
Well, coming from a public university myself, I know how tough it is to achieve such savings like this when your population is constantly growing. So it's quite impressive. I'm really happy to see, they have a clear climate action plan with clear targets. And I'm impressed they took advantage of their probably mostly empty campus this past year and did that LED upgrade despite, as we know, really dire budget numbers for public institutions, because upgrades like this can be pretty spendy upfront, but they're going to see the savings in years to come. So it was good foresight on their part.
Great, thank you, Cassie. Next up, we have Los Angeles Unified School District. They achieved a portfolio-wide energy and water reduction since ownership of 15% and 21%, respectively. So the big accomplishment for LAUSD over 2020 was really this policy goal of achieving 100% clean renewable energy for its entire portfolio for electricity use by 2030. In addition to that, they've also invested approximately $45 million in energy, water, education, and also pilot programs over the last 5 years. And they have approved continuation of the program by investing another $90 million over the next 5 years. The last thing with this one that I found pretty neat was they created what they called the Empowered program, which was a program to train students in environmental skills and stewardship. And again, it goes back to, education and awareness are so critical to our mission and what we're doing. And so it's awesome that they instituted that program in 2020. Cassie, what were your takeaways here?
Yeah, incredibly impressed with their commitment. I mean, we know this school district is huge, and for them to commit to renewable energy by 2030 and zero carbon by 2040 is really ambitious and just really impressive. And as we know, one way they're going to get there is through their commitment also to this course integration, where the students are going to understand these commitments and these values, and this is going to be a really sustainable effort.
Absolutely. Well said. Next up, we have Los Angeles Community College District. So portfolio-wide energy and water reduction since ownership here was 10% and then 44% respectively. As a general note, LACCD is the single largest community college district in the United States. And 5 of their colleges lay in designated disadvantaged communities with, I believe, the highest levels of vulnerability to climate change. So just for context and color there. So recently, LACCD in 2020, they doubled down on their sustainability and their clean energy commitments. They conduct their first carbon emissions inventory, and they passed what they're calling their clean energy and sustainability resolution. They did that in July of last year, and it really establishes the most aggressive and comprehensive sustainability goals in the entire California community college system. And it's 100% renewable electricity by 2030, and then 100% carbon-free goal by 2040. So very impressive there. In regards to education, they did establish opportunities for remote engagement with staff, faculty, and students, including a speaker series in the fall, and then also biweekly newsletters and a climate crisis training for staff and students. So again, awesome goals, policies, as well as education there. Cassie, did you have a thought on that one?
Yeah, no, just again, like LA Unified, it's just so impressive that the community college district is also committing to these renewable energy and carbon neutrality goals. Just to put it into perspective, when we launched our UCLA Sustainable LA Grand Challenge program back in 2013, we had a 100% renewable energy goal by 2050, and that seemed kind of crazy and ambitious. And look how everyone has stepped up since then and been far more ambitious. It's just really fantastic to see.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cassie. So to recap, our three finalists for the Industry Leadership Public Award were Cal State Northridge, LAUSD, and LACCD. Cassie, take it.
All right, and the winner is the LA Community College District. And today we have Dr. Ruben Smith, the Vice Chancellor, Chief Facilities Executive of the LA Community College District, to receive the award.
Thank you, Cassie and Alec, and it's good to be here. First, I want to thank the Los Angeles Community College District Board of Trustees for taking a bold step to make these commitments. I also want to recognize all the hard work performed by the LACCD staff that influenced this in-depth resolution and who are deeply engaged in the implementation of our strategies for success. We're honored to receive this award. We appreciate the recognition of our decarbonization and renewable energy goals and acknowledging all of the other sustainable commitments we've made as a community partner and resource stewardship. As I serve as the Vice Chancellor and Chief Facility Executive, I hope that we can be successful really soon in the near future. I'll be overseeing the efforts necessary to achieve the major milestones outlined in our resolution. And as Dave stated earlier, this is a decade of action. At LACCD and our 9 colleges, we're taking an all-hands approach to clean energy and sustainability commitments. We hope to be back here in the near future to share of our future successes. And thank you again for this recognition, and congratulations to all the other award recipients.
Thank you, Dr. Ruben Smith, and congratulations again to LACCD.